Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery, great to be with you this Thursday morning. Today is December 18th, 2025. Due to travel, we've missed the last 2 days together, but back today and tomorrow. So today we're going to go through our normal daily agenda, making sure that individuals that are watching this live or recorded understand some of the grant resources that's available that are on 509pacific.org. And then we have two specific agenda items that we're going to go through. One of which is we have time to get your clients funding before Christmas, but we're running out of time. So, my encouragement to you is if you have anyone that's looking for funding, get their funding proposal application in today and we can get them funding before Christmas. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And this is the time of the year we're doing a lot with company automobiles. Company automobiles are big trade lines. They're under the EIN. They don't report on personal credit. They strengthen the business and they're a huge tax write-off. We just picked up our McLaren yesterday under the business name. We've got a great lender that is doing deals that can't get done otherwise. So we're going to talk about these two agenda items in just a moment. But taking it from the top, this is our daily Zoom. We have most mornings at 8 o'clock Central. From resource perspective, 509pacific.org is really important. It has the three categories of grant related programming we have. At the top of the page, we have the Quick Cash program. If you're not familiar with it, there are questions. I'm sorry, there's a training on it to answer questions and the ability to participate. Secondly, in the middle of the page are the free shelf corps that we're giving away. Part of the grant allocation is to provide interested entrepreneurs with a free shelf corp so they're able to have the underpinning, the foundation necessary to get funding. That includes the entity in their name, the business plan, the financial projections. And this business plan and these financial projections, they're developed and ready to go. Now we can work with them to adjust, edit, alter, but they're ready to go. We provide a unique commercial address, which is very, very important, and then collaterals included. So that's the second of the three resources. And then the third is what most of you who are our affiliates are focused on. The free funding proposal is a great way to develop new client relationships, especially if you're one of our affiliates, which we'll get to in a moment. So the free funding proposal allows folks to come into the system, get their offers, no upfront cost. And as I mentioned at the opening, if you can have your client submit their funding proposal today, we can get them their first round, their first tranche of funding before Christmas. How better to go into the holidays than with a big bank deposit into their account? To get a free funding proposal, there's a link here, and frankly, it's the same as this link here. It's a simple one-page app. The top half has business information. If the applicant doesn't have it, all of it is optional. The bottom half is key person information, which is technically meaning someone that owns 20% or more of the business. If they don't have a business yet, that's fine. So what happens is this comes in, it goes into our lender match software, no hard inquiries, no upfront cost, and we get them matched with lenders. So again, timing is of the essence. If you have anyone that you've been thinking about talking to or you have talked to that's on the fence, today's the day. Get that app in so we can get them funding before Christmas. What happens once that application is completed? Then one of our attorneys, as stated here, is going to reach out and say, okay, great. Here's the offers you have. Do you understand them? And help consult with them to get them offers. The average client, the average participant is getting multiple offers, 5 to 10 offers. They can stack them and accept multiple. The first tranche is different than the end. The end is we're working towards a large capital raise, but there's work that needs to be done on the business before we get there. So the first tranche is fast, it's easy. We're getting clients, they're getting well over 100,000 in first tranche offers. What each person gets is determined once they've applied. As far as highlights on that, there's no minimum credit scores. Everyone gets at least one offer. Again, no upfront costs. People don't want to pay money. They don't want to pay on promises. They want to pay on results. Does not mean that it's free, right? Even though we're a 501c3, there is a performance fee of 10% that clients pay after funding, and 5%, half of that goes to you if you're an affiliate, which we'll talk more about in a moment. As I mentioned, they don't have to have a business. If they have one, that's fine. If it's a new business, it's fine. Startups qualify. We've talked about it can be quite a bit. Again, how much they get on that first tranche, we'll just have to see once we run it through. They'll get offers. They don't have to take any offers they don't want, so they can pick the ones they want, decline those that they don't. And then for clients that are worried about, hey, my credit's not so good, not a problem. First of all, everyone gets at least one offer. And then secondly, we have a legal team at no cost to the client will go through and do the credit sweep. And so that way we can help improve their personal credit, even though our focus is on the business side. Resources, there's a training with success stories. If you've not seen that, I encourage you to view that. Let me refresh this. I think this is a dated page. There we go. Yeah. And we've added a new link. We added an additional training that actually has details of interest rates, qualifications, and that for that larger funding, what we'll call the second tranche. So if you've not seen that, so there's two on-demand trainings for you to view if you wish. The free funding proposal is the same as here. Now, if you are an affiliate, then you're going to have your own link. So if you're an affiliate, you normally won't send them to our page and our link. As an affiliate, you'll have your own link, your own page, and that allows for tracking so you can get your 5%. If you're not an affiliate, you want to become one, it's free, it's easy, it's fast. There's no strings attached, there's no production requirements. You get a free landing page. And so you can become an affiliate here. Just click on it, it'll pop up, fill it out, and we can get you set up very easily. Our affiliate team is growing quickly. We'd announced earlier this week that we were looking for 5 master affiliates. Those are individuals who are focused on building out a team of affiliates and getting an override. We're not MLM, we're not network marketing, but we're looking to create some leadership positions. I think the last I've heard, we filled 3 of the 5, so we have 2 more openings, and we have a recent training on that on YouTube if you're interested. Also, we have started the recruitment process to hire a full-time affiliate manager. Most likely he or she will come on in January. Certainly, I'm sure it won't be December. And they'll be available to provide a lot of support and more direct assistance to our affiliates. We're only considering attorneys for that role, not because it's a legal model or legal issue, but we want to provide a very high quality, capable person that's going to be in that affiliate manager role. So we've hired a search firm. We had our first call with them yesterday evening, actually. So hopefully we'll have a new affiliate manager. Doesn't affect you, it's just you're going to have more support. But in the short term, if you're an affiliate, you should have a link, you're ready to go. And as we mentioned a moment ago, if you can go ahead and get deals in today, we should be able to get those clients funded before Christmas and get you paid your commissions before Christmas. So this is a way for your clients to get money right away and you to have money for Christmas, additional money for Christmas, both. So there's the affiliate role. If you have questions, let me know. And then this is the registration for the daily live Zooms. So let's go back over to our agenda topics. So number one, we've kind of hit on a couple times. Does anyone have questions on how to submit someone so they can get funding before Christmas and you get paid your commission for submitting them before Christmas. Anyone have questions on that? We have 534 of you on this morning. Anyone have questions on agenda item number one? Anthony brings up a good point. Yes. So you want to be signed up as an affiliate before you start educating and spreading the word. Becoming an affiliate's easy, simple, free. I showed you how to do that there on the website, but you're right, Anthony. First, get set up as an affiliate. We can get you processed this morning or very quickly today. You'll be open for business. All you're doing is asking people if they know anyone that's looking for funding to start or grow a business. If they say yes, you just provide them your link. They go to your link, they fill out the funding proposal app, we do the rest. You make 5%. And again, I know 5% to some of you is not a big deal, but 5% of $1 million capital raise is 50,000. We're doing more and more of those $3 to $5 million deals, which would put 150 to 250,000 in your pocket for referring someone in. Great deal. Any questions on number one? Okay. On number two, I strongly encourage all of you to be an example of the process. You don't have to be. You can be an affiliate and you don't have to be a client. It's not bait and switch. But I would encourage you to go through the process yourself. You'll better understand it. And then get a company car. Now, we normally don't wrap our company cars, but you could. But if you're driving around in a nice vehicle, people pay attention and they'll come up to you and they'll ask you, hey, Claude, hey, Donovan, hey, Ernest, what is it that you do? You're obviously successful. I know we live in a materialistic society and there's a lot more to life than money. But if you drive a nice car, they're going to pay attention to you and be interested, and it's going to build credibility. Plus, it's tax deductible. If you buy the right type of vehicle, then we're able to use Section 179 of the IRS tax code, which means you can write the whole amount off before the end of the year. Again, we have a finance company that's doing deals that others have declined. I was here yesterday at the dealership picking up our new company, McLaren, and they were also delivering a brand new Lamborghini to a gentleman in Austin, Texas. It was going to be shipped. And, that's about a $700,000 vehicle he bought through his company. Now, the payment's $14,000 a month. But wow, what a big trade line. What a nice vehicle. What a statement. But we can do very modest vehicles as well. But having a company car, I think, is a good representation that the program works, helps you feel good about yourself, and shows well. So, McLarens, Porsches, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, or if you wanted to go more domestic, but company cars make a lot of sense. How many of you, if you can respond yes or no in the Q&A, the question and answer, how many of you currently have a company car? Now, the definition of a company car is that it's in the company name. It's titled in the company name, not in your individual name. Uh, Amanda asked, could it be leased or financed? Yeah, yes, it can be either way. And there's pros and cons of doing it both ways. The lease gives you the advantage of it not showing on credit, so it doesn't affect your debt to income, but it's not adding that trade line. We're big advocates of buying the vehicle through the business. And again, it can be a new vehicle, it can be pre-owned, it could be affordable, it could be six figure, it could be mid six figures. So yes, yeah. I see Gilbert's asking, can you get multiple company cars? Yes, this is our third company car through just one of our companies. And so, yes, you can get multiple company cars through one business. Yes. Now, depending upon your business, maybe your business needs multiple cars to get to start. Maybe you're doing an Uber or a Lyft or some sort of what they call livery, some sort of driving, of course, then driving business. Then, of course, you need multiple cars, probably sedans or SUVs. But if you're looking for a fun car, why not buy it in the company name? You can flex a little bit, and people are going to ask you, hey, Aziz, hey Gilbert, hey Mr. Stockton, what do you do? And you say, hey, I'm an affiliate with a nonprofit looking for people that needs funding to start or grow a business. Do you know anyone that might be looking for funding? And they're probably going to say, well, shit, yeah, I'd like to have a McLaren or a Ferrari or Porsche or Lamborghini like you have. So again, that's not the only way to market, but you can stand out in your community and it makes getting referrals pretty easy. All right, let's see here. Um, Mr. Certain has a point. So when you become an affiliate, which is free and easy, and I already popped that up here, then you'll get an email on an onboarded email with instructions, and you'll get a temporary link. The temporary link will be the link that you use for your first submission. And then once you've submitted your first deal, then we'll get the W-9 and direct deposit form from you so we can pay you, of course. And then once you've submitted your first deal that has generated a commission, then what happens is we actually then have our development team to create a unique landing page for you. So the interim landing page does have a referred by field that needs to be completed. But once you've done one deal, so we know that you have the capability to do it, then you'll have your own landing page that the referred by is not necessary because it's unique to you. So yes, Mr. Certain, you'll have that. Who has questions about company cars? So again, it's not about bragging. Anyone can do it, but if you need transportation anyway, why wouldn't you want to have it in the company name so it's tax deductible? And what we want to do is those of you who are affiliates, again, even if you're not a client, let's show people that you're successful. Let's show that we can go get individuals business automobiles, business loans, business credit cards, business lines of credit, because that's what they want. And if you're walking the walk, it just has more credibility. All right, what questions, comments, concerns do any of you have? We have covered the resources that are on 509 Pacific, quick cash at the top, Shelf Corps in the middle, funding proposal, which is our main focus as we wrap up 2025 going into 2026. Crazy easy to get a funding proposal. And the urgency is now as number one on the agenda. If you or anyone that you can refer in, get them in today. We have time to get them funded and get your commission before Christmas, but we're going to run out of days to be able to pull that off. So today is a big day to get those deals in. If I were to ask you, and again, I won't state your name, but if you could respond in the Q&A, how many deals do you think that you could submit today? Mark, Pauline, Starmain, again, there's 536 of you on now. Varney, how many do you think that if you went out and asked people, how many, do you know anyone that's looking for funding to start or grow a business? They're most likely going to say yes, and they might even say yes, that's me, that's the person you're talking to. And all you need to do is become an affiliate for free. You'll have a landing page. You have a temporary landing page, you'll refer them in. So what type of results do you think that you could do today? So Willie, Starmain, Russell, just type into the Q&A because I tell you, I know a lot of you are doing really well, but there's a lot of people out there that's wanting and needing money. And if you look at that proposition, which is highlighted here, it's pretty darn attractive, right? There's no upfront cost to get funding offers. There's no minimum credit score. Everyone's going to get at least one offer. There's no hard inquiries. No, you don't have to have a business or a business that's of certain age. Get offers. Most people get 5 to 10 offers, possibly quite more. Pick the offers you want, turn down those that you don't. Oh, your credit's not so good, not a problem. One of the benefits of the grant program is we actually will help you for free remove applicable derogatory items. And again, with that funding proposal, the guarantee in writing is a minimum of $100,000. So it can be more, but that's the guaranteed minimum. So I think if you just have some confidence and some willingness to spread the word, I think there's a lot of people, and the average looks to be around five of those of you that took a moment to respond. So yeah, I think it'd be very reasonable that if you spread the word as we just suggested, that each of you could get around five people to apply today. So let's do the math on that before we wrap it up. So, like Starmain and so many others said five. So, if you were able to submit five, oh, hit a function key there accidentally, five funding apps today, what would that mean? So let's just assume that those five people just get minimum offers. So at minimum funding, so 100,000, and they may get all that through first tranche, or we may have to use the second tranche. But let's just assume 100,000. So times five, so that would be a capital raise of a 500,000 to clients, and then you're making 5% of 500,000. Yeah, 500,000 equals 25,000 to you before Christmas. I mean, who wouldn't want an extra 25,000 plus or minus for your Christmas budget? All right, Varney's got a question back on company cars as far as down payments and qualifications. And so with this lender that we're working with, and our point of contact is Louis, and we'll get you in touch with Louis, and Louis is great. Louis is typically able to do a no doc business loan. So, in other words, we often wouldn't need tax returns or the documents that you'd normally expect. And just it depended upon the car, depended upon the case. In many cases, there would not be a down payment. Like the gentleman that just got the 700,000 Lamborghini, it's he didn't have to pay anything down, but his payments are $14,000 a month. But in many cases, there'd be no down payment, but we would just have to run the deal and see what the lenders come back with. But it's worth going after. All right, Francisco has a different question. No upfront cost. Yes, no upfront cost. So if you go to free funding proposal, and I clicked on it before, so it's sorry, this tab, there's no upfront cost. It's not asking people to submit any money in. It's just simply saying, hey, fill out this free funding proposal. Let us get you offers. And so the value proposition is stated here. So you're correct. Now, the shelf corp Francisco brings up is different, right? So that's why we have three different headings. We have heading one for quick cash, not what we're talking about today, heading two for the shelf corp, and then heading three for the free funding proposal. Each of these are separate and distinct. So they're different agreements, even. So let's say if someone's winning the shelf corp, there's a link for it and it brings it up. So it's separate. So that's important. I'm glad Francisco brought it up. Three different resources through the nonprofit. Each are separate. Each has their own agreement. So what you don't want to do is converge all of them together in your head and think they're all one and the same. They're not. All right, with that, again, wrapping it up, our encouragement is if you're not an affiliate, become one. There's a lot of people that want and need money, and you can solve their problem. There's no cost for you to become an affiliate. There's no upfront cost for them to get offers. But the primary message here is let's get the deals in today. Let's get those deals in today. And with the deal coming in today, we could, I believe we will, get them funded before Christmas and get your commissions paid out before Christmas. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Sorry I missed you the last couple of days with travel. Have a great day. Let us know if you need anything. Our phone number is here at the bottom. of the page, 509pacific.org, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.